The Indian forces are set to get a major boost to their surveillance capabilities. The Indian Army will soon get 4 Heron TP drones on lease from Israel, which will be deployed along the line of actual control with China for long surveillance missions. While the Heron TP drones are capable of being armed if needed, as per reports, the ones being leased by India are non-weaponized versions. The lease is for a period of 3 years, with an option of another 2 years, but costs are not being divulged. The 3-year lease agreement was signed under emergency powers granted by the Indian government to the military in the midst of the border standoff with China. This is the first time the Indian Army will be leasing a platform. In this video, Defense Updates analyzes why India is leasing Israeli-made Heron TP drones. Let's get started. This video is sponsored by the free-to-play military vehicle combat game War Thunder. We talk a lot about military vehicles on this channel, but what about trying them out for yourself? In War Thunder, you can choose from more than 1,200 playable vehicles from the 1930s to the 1990s and go to battle on more than 80 theaters of war. You can fly aircraft, helicopters, drive tanks, and command ships of all types and sizes, which have been carefully recreated from their real-world counterparts. It's available as a free download on PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One with cross-platform support. So grab your friends and give it a try. All viewers of Defense Updates that register using the link in the description below will also get a free premium tank, aircraft, or ship and 3 days of premium account time as a bonus. On the 15th of June 2019, Indian and Chinese soldiers clashed in eastern Ladakh's Galwan Valley. The valley refers to the land between steep mountains and the Galwan River. It is strategically located between Ladakh in the west and Aksai Chin in the east. Both India and China had suffered significant casualties. The Indian Army stated that it lost 20 Army personnel, while China didn't disclose its numbers. U.S. officials quoted intelligence sources saying that the Chinese Army suffered 35 casualties and stated that China didn't disclose its numbers as it's come as a major embarrassment for the communist regime. Though multiple talks between the two countries have taken place at different levels since then, significant troop withdrawal has also been witnessed. Tensions have not died down. The conflict seems to have fundamentally changed India's view of China, and it's now much more conscious. The AIA Heron is a medium-altitude, long-endurance, unmanned aerial vehicle (UAV) developed by the Malat UAV division of Israel Aerospace Industries. It's capable of medium-altitude, long-endurance, MAL operations of up to 52 hours duration at up to 10.5 kilometers or 35,000 feet. While it's demonstrated 52 hours of continuous flight, the effective operational maximum flight duration is less, according to payload and flight profile. The Heron navigates using an internal GPS navigation device and either a pre-programmed flight profile, in which case the system is fully autonomous from takeoff to landing, manual override from a ground control station, or a combination of both. It can autonomously return to base and land in case of lost communication with the ground station. The system has fully automatic launch and recovery, ALR, and all-weather capabilities. The Heron can carry an array of sensors, including thermographic camera, infrared, and visible light airborne ground surveillance, intelligence systems, comment and ELINT, and various radar systems, totaling up to 250 kilograms or 550 pounds. The Heron is also capable of target acquisition and artillery adjustment. The payload sensors communicate with the ground control system in real time, using either a direct line of sight data link or via an airborne satellite relay. Like the navigation system, the payload can also be used in either a fully pre-programmed autonomous mode or manual real-time remote operation, or a combination of both. The Heron TP is also known as the AIA Titan, is an advanced version and reportedly has a much better anti-jamming capability and communication system. The long borders of India need constant monitoring. Drone deployment surveillance is not new for India. Indian Army and the Indian Air Force already operate a large fleet of Heron drones, which are currently being upgraded with the latest systems, including new communication links. The fleet size is 90. About 75 are operated by the Indian Air Force. The Indian Navy has already leased 2 non-weaponized General Atomics Aeronautical Systems MQ-9B Sea Guardian drones from the U.S. The drones landed in India at the peak of the standoff. Impressed with the performance of the 2 leased Sea Guardian drones, the Indian Navy, Indian Army, and Indian Air Force will jointly procure 30 armed versions of the American unmanned aerial system. Drones are cheaper to acquire, operate, and maintain when compared to manned aircraft. This has resulted in them being used extensively by many militaries around the world. Aerial surveillance provided by Heron will help with coordination between the Air Force and ground troops. Situation awareness is a key element of successful performance on the modern battlefield. Updated information can help military planners use their resources, both men and material, optimally. This is especially important for forward-deployed units. Israel is one of the best when it comes to developing surveillance tech. The manufacturer of Heron TP, Israel Aerospace Industries, or IAI, is known for its expertise in surveillance tech. China's aggressive posturing has meant that India can no longer be complacent, and the holes need to be plugged on an urgent basis. Heron TP's capabilities make it a good fit and make sense.